For most of my life, I did absolutely nothing productive. All through grade school, I would finish class and I would rush back to my house as quickly as possible so I could play video games because I would get a 3 hour window between when I would get home and when my parents would get home. And they would only allow me to play for so long. So I would try and squeeze as much possible time of video games that I could get in before they got home. Then when they would get home, I would play for as long as they would let me before having to be forced to sit down and do my homework. But what I would actually do is when they weren't looking, I would just watch YouTube videos on how to get better at whatever video game I was playing at the time, which was either usually Call of Duty, FIFA, or GTA. And you can probably imagine the type of guy I was around that time, right? But then it should make you wonder what seems like overnight how I just all of a sudden became this guy who consistently goes to the gym and is known for his insane level of work ethic after doing nothing productive, nothing disciplined for the majority of my life. Well, in today's video, I'm going to teach you the most important things that I use personally that you can also use as well to not only motivate yourself to do hard things, but more importantly, enjoy doing them. We all know what it's like to not be motivated, right? You don't want to do it, you don't feel like doing it, but in the back of your mind, it gives you this feeling of almost anxiousness because you know that there's something out there that you need to be doing that will get you closer to becoming the man that you always have wanted to be, but you just don't do it because you don't feel like doing it. Now, compare that to the life that you would be living if you felt motivated to do those things every single day. Imagine if you felt like going to the gym every day, how better you would look. Imagine if you felt like studying and reading and learning every day, how much more intelligent you would be. Imagine if you already started that side hustle, how much more money you would be making and how much closer you would be to quitting that job that you don't like or not having to go to university like your parents would be forcing you to if you weren't making enough money yet. And if you've already been on self-improvement for a while now, you probably think I'm just going to say what every other video you've watched on this topic has already said. It's not motivation you need, it's discipline. And yeah, discipline is important and it's something that you should definitely develop. But motivation is like putting rocket boosters on your car that's already really fast. Motivation is the feeling of wanting to do something, but discipline is the skill of doing it even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what we need, but motivation is what we want. Because imagine how much better the work that you would be doing would be if you were always motivated to do it compared to if you just had to force yourself to do it every single time. And so the first and easiest thing is to make it so easy to the point where it's almost harder not to do it. For example, if you want to go to the gym, have your bag packed and ready the night before so that as soon as you wake up, you can just go take a piss, do what you need to do, and then head straight out the door because everything's already ready. If you want to eat cleaner, put all the healthy foods right in front of your face and remove all the junk food from your house. If you want to drink more water, always have a bottle of it right next to you so that you can just grab it and start drinking consistently. If you want to start working on a certain document for school or whatever, keep it open and keep it right in front of your face so that as soon as you open up your computer, it's right in front of you. I promise you, this is the easiest thing that you can do to make it more likely that you do something, is to put that thing that you want to do right in front of your face to the point where it's almost harder not to do it. The second way to motivate yourself to do anything is to hold yourself accountable. Answer this question about myself for me. Why is it that I have had a six-pack for the last 2 years straight after being fat for most of my life? It's because I've came on this camera, pause, whoa, pause.
What did he say?
I have told you on camera so many times the benefits of being in the best shape of your life, and I've essentially tailored my entire personal brand around being in good shape and having a strong mentality to the point where now I feel like I have this level of commitment to myself that I have to stand by my word. And now it's to the point where I feel like I physically cannot skip a workout and I can't even think about eating the junk food because if I did, I'd be a sellout. So use accountability and commitment to motivate yourself to do the right things even when you don't feel like it. And obviously everyone's not going to be a content creator and be able to say things in front of thousands of people in order to hold yourself accountable, right? So for you listening right now, tell one of your friends or family members something like, junk food, for example, is so disgusting and people that don't go to the gym are fucking gay, like whatever it might be. And it will make you not want to eat the junk food and start going to the gym consistently because it'll make you feel like a punk who doesn't do what he says. And that level of shame will motivate you to start doing the things that you want to do. Number 3, visualize the upgraded version of yourself. And this one is especially good for those days that you don't feel like going to the gym. Like literally, go do this the next time that you don't want to go train. Go stand in front of the mirror with no clothes on and close your eyes and imagine the best possible version of yourself and what he looks like. And then open your eyes and look at the version of you now. And if that does not motivate you to go to the gym right after that, I don't know what will. But honestly, just in general, visualize the version of you who is already doing all of the right things and put yourself in his shoes. For example, instead of seeing yourself as someone who's trying to be consistent at something, see yourself as someone who already is consistent at that thing. And I know this sounds a bit delusional, especially if you're someone who's starting at a place as low as I did, but I promise you, this is one of the fastest ways that you can make progress in your life. Because think about it like this: all the time that you're wasting to try and get into meditation or trying to stay consistent in the gym, all I did was just flip a switch in my brain to where now I am an athlete who trains in the gym and meditates every single day. You see the difference in how much faster you can start making progress and start doing the things that will get you closer to your goals. Number 4, break everything down to the smallest possible step. Now, this one is going to sound ridiculously simple, but I'm telling you, this works, so stay with me. So for example, if you don't feel like going to the gym, which seems to be the theme of the video at this point, but if you don't feel like going, instead of doing what you probably do, which is picturing the absolute hardest part of the session where you're already drenched in sweat and you're grinding out the last rep of the set, break it down into the smallest, most possible insignificant parts of going to the gym. Because in your current environment right now, just sitting there watching YouTube, obviously you're not going to be motivated for the final set of your workout when you're already drenched in sweat and your muscles are already aching, right? So instead, motivate yourself to just change into your gym clothes, and then motivate yourself to make your pre-workout shake, and then motivate yourself to put your shoes on and go start your car. You see where I'm going with this? Because your mind is going to spaz out when you think of it as this big intimidating task where, oh my God, it takes 20 minutes to get there, plus the warm up, plus the workout itself, plus cardio, plus the 20-minute drive back. Like, stop overcomplicating it. Just take it one step at a time and motivate yourself to do every little step of the process. And by the time you get there and your music's playing in your headphones and your warm up's complete, I promise you, you're going to be motivated for that workout. But last but not least, this one is probably more powerful than all 4 of the previous ones that I just mentioned combined. But the 5th and final way to motivate yourself to do anything is to relate whatever action that you're trying to do to your deepest, darkest desire. And I know I'm probably going to get some shit for this because it's a bit controversial, but I'm tired of seeing everyone making this process seem like it's all sunshine and rainbows when in reality, it's not. Everyone out there is telling you, oh, I don't go to the gym for girls. I do it for my own body positivity. I don't do business because I want to make money. I'm doing it because I'm just really passionate about selling this thing. And look, on a side note, there are some people that genuinely think like that, but exceptions do not exceed the rule. The thing I'm telling you to do is, if your sole motivation to go to the gym is so that you can look better for girls because it'll increase your chance of getting pussy, good. Lean into that. If your sole motivation for business is to make as much money as your family has ever made in a month, good. Lean into that. Everyone wants to tell you to run away from these deep, dark-rooted desires because no one wants to say this shit out loud. But I fully believe that in order to get that first bit of success that will get you off the floor that you come from, you need something dark that you don't tell anybody about, that motivates you to work harder than everyone else and allows you to last longer than everyone else, because the goal in your mind is bigger than yourself. And when the goal that you're pursuing is something that's bigger than you, that is all the fire that you need for an internal flame of motivation to be lit under your ass. Because every single one of us men have an inherent desire that is buried deep down in our subconscious mind. And it's the reason that we do everything that we do. And once you figure out what that is, which won't be very hard to do, you will run circles around your competition because they will not be using their single greatest motivator that they have been given. And I know this is a bit dark and a bit uncomfortable to think about these deep, dark desires, but realistically, it is not that dark, bro. Society has just had us men by our balls for so fucking long that even talking about going to the gym just to get pussy or starting a business just to make a fuck ton of money is seen as controversial and some deep, dark desire that you shouldn't have. And it's because they don't want you to use it. But I use it, and you've seen the progress that I've been able to make. And hopefully you can actually believe my story, because from 15 to 21, I was fat, I was addicted to vaping and smoking. But as soon as I started seeing those things as taken away from what my deepest, darkest desire is, that I'm not going to tell you, all I thought was, less smoking equals more of what I want. More smoking equals less of what I want. And then boom, just like that, I stopped doing both of those things. And people ask me all the time, they're like, how did you just quit cold turkey like that? Like, what techniques did you use? Or, oh, did you download that one chatbot that sends you helpful messages so that you could quit? No, I didn't. I used a combination of all 5 of these things, with the last one that I just told you at the forefront of it all. And that is how you can motivate yourself to do anything, or stop yourself from doing something that is bad for you. But thank you for listening to me. If you want more lessons like this, there's a bunch of free shit that you can go and claim right now in the description. And while you're down there, you might as well subscribe for more life-changing lessons like this. But I hope you found this one valuable today, and I'll see you in the next one.